In the dense forests of Romania, surrounded by ancient mountains and a silence that feels older than time, lies one of the most mysterious places on Earth, a place scholars, scientists, and travelers whisper about but seldom understand. Locals call it Hoia Baciu, but over the years it has earned a far more chilling name, the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, and the truth behind this forest is far stranger than any vampire legend you've ever heard. Our story begins in 1968 when a military technician named Emil Barnia decided to spend a peaceful weekend hiking with his girlfriend and two friends. They planned to enjoy a quiet day among the trees, far from the noise of the city. But what Emil captured on his camera that afternoon became one of the most controversial photographs in modern history. The group had been walking for nearly an hour when they reached a clearing, perfectly circular, its grass dry and yellow compared to the deep green of the surrounding woods. While Emil's girlfriend prepared a small fire, something suddenly changed in the air. Birds stopped chirping, the wind died, even the distant hum of insects vanished, replacing the forest's music with an eerie, unnatural silence. Emil felt a strange pressure in his ears, as though the atmosphere itself had thickened. Then a bright flash appeared in the sky. At first, he thought it was sunlight reflecting off something metallic. But the object moved, slowly, silently, no sound of engines, no wings, no rotors. A disc-shaped craft hovered above the clearing, rotating gently as if observing them. Emil grabbed his camera. He clicked once, then twice, then again. The craft tilted slightly, pulsed with a bluish glow, and shot upward into the clouds with impossible speed. What Emil captured on film became one of the clearest UFO photographs ever recorded, so clear that even today, experts debate whether the image is genuine or an elaborate hoax. But this was only the beginning of the forest's mysteries. Long before modern sightings, the Hoia Baciu forest was feared by villagers. Sheep herders told stories of animals entering the forest and emerging days later with strange burns on their skin or behavior that seemed almost human. Some villagers even claimed the forest was a doorway between worlds, a place where the boundaries between time and reality twisted like the roots of old trees. One of the most famous tales is that of a 5-year-old girl who disappeared in the forest while picking flowers. Search parties scoured every inch of the woods but found no trace of her. No footprints, no clothing, no signs of struggle, nothing. Her family mourned her, assuming she had been taken by wild animals or worse. Then 5 years later, she returned. She emerged from the forest wearing the exact same dress, her hair tied in the same old ribbon, her shoes the same size. She looked exactly as she did the day she disappeared, unchanged, unharmed, and without a single memory of where she had been. To her, only a few minutes had passed. This incident sparked widespread fear and fascination. How could a child remain frozen in time? Was she trapped in another dimension? Or did she somehow slip through a doorway, returning only when the forest allowed it? Scientists began studying the forest, discovering unusually high electromagnetic readings, radiation spikes, and even strange geometric patterns in the soil. Equipment malfunctioned without explanation. Batteries drained instantly. Compasses spun wildly. Some researchers reported dizziness, nausea, and sudden anxiety the moment they stepped into the clearing. Then there were the trees, twisted, spiraled, and bent in unnatural shapes, as if pulled by invisible hands. Many of these trees showed no signs of disease or damage. They simply grew wrong. In the 1990s, a group of students entered the forest to document its anomalies. They recorded voices on their audio equipment, voices that did not belong to any member of the group. When they played the tape, they heard whispers speaking in a language no one recognized. They also took photos that later revealed shadow-like figures standing behind them, although no one had been visible at the time. But the strangest phenomenon remained the clearing, the same perfect circle Emil had photographed decades earlier. In that circle, nothing grows. No grass, no flowers, no moss. Soil samples revealed nothing unusual. It was as if the earth itself refused to allow life there. Locals say the clearing was once used for ancient rituals. Some believe it is a landing site for extraterrestrial visitors. And others think it is a scar left behind by something catastrophic, something the forest has tried to heal for centuries. In 2001, a team of Japanese researchers visited the site. They set up thermal cameras around the clearing. At exactly 3:17 a.m., one of the cameras captured a humanoid shape, 7 feet tall, glowing white, hot against the freezing darkness. It didn't walk, it glided, then vanished. When the researchers reviewed the footage, 2 of the scientists refused to continue their work and returned to Japan immediately. There is another story almost no one outside Romania knows. A man named Dan Petrescu lived near the forest and often heard voices at night, voices calling his name, even when he was alone. One evening, while searching for a missing goat, he saw a figure resembling a woman. She stood among the trees, her dress flowing even though there was no wind. As Dan approached, she turned. Her eyes were black, empty, and hollow as night. She reached out her hand. Dan felt cold claws grip his throat even though she was several feet away. He collapsed. When he woke, his goat was beside him, unharmed. But the woman was gone, and Dan never entered the forest again. Yet despite the warnings, thousands visit Hoia Baciu each year. Some experience sudden scratches on their skin. Others report lost time, minutes or even hours gone without memory. Some walk in circles only to find themselves back at the clearing no matter which direction they choose. And some say they hear laughter belonging to no human living soul. Whether these stories are real or crafted by fear, one thing is certain: Hoia Baciu does not behave like a normal forest. It is a place where science, folklore, and the supernatural collide. A place with too many unexplained events to ignore. Even today, drones malfunction above the clearing. Cameras shut down. GPS signals vanish. And those who enter often leave with experiences they cannot logically explain. Many visitors describe the overwhelming sensation of being watched, followed by a whisper drifting through the air, as though the forest itself is alive and observing. Some believe the forest hides an ancient secret. A portal, a fracture in time, a remnant of an older world. Some believe it's a meeting point between realities, and some fear that what happens in Hoia Baciu is not meant for human understanding, that the forest guards its truth carefully, revealing it only to those it chooses.